Surprise, motherfucker! What's up? This is your friendly neighborhood Venger Satanis. I'm in my role playing game laboratory, I guess. This is the game room where we have been playing the 2023 Chult campaign. Um, we just finished session 10, and a week from tomorrow we're going to do session 11, which is exciting. This is also where I do the packaging up of the books and the sending of them out into the world. So you got some fuchsia malaise over there with fuchsia colored envelopes, and you got that over here, some chalt, and this is kind of our play space. I'm gonna open this video. I mean, it's already opened, but with my new gong, which I fucking love. Yeah, motherfucker. It's awesome. Never get tired of doing that shit. Okay, but what is this video about? I was on Reddit. I was actually on Reddit just checking a response that someone had. And sometimes I post things that I've been doing lately, like VengerCon. Been trying to get more people aware of that. July 21st to the 23rd. This summer, Madison, Wisconsin. Hopefully you can attend. I'll put the link in the description below. But anyway, I was on Reddit and I was just casually scrolling through posts of subreddits that I subscribe to or whatever. And someone posted a problem that I think we all have heard about, if not experienced, and that is this game master or DM or whatever was complaining that his players don't take the time and energy to do any kind of role play or description or be creative at all during combat. When they're in combat situations, the battle has started, they just roll dice and say, I hit or I miss. And that's it. Nothing else. And this game master was becoming extremely frustrated with his players. And I don't know. I think we can all relate to a certain degree. I think a lot of it has to do with the game master. The game master, if he's in that situation, should try to prompt and for one thing, he should be doing that himself. If you want your players to role play and creatively describe their actions during combat, then as the game master, it's your duty to do that yourself. And then the players will have more incentive to mimic you or to, reach the level of creative description that you are setting forth. And then you can also prompt, like, I hit. Oh, what weapon are you using, and how are you using it? Or maybe if there's a critical hit or something like that, you're like, oh, how are you doing that? Or won't you tell me? Like, you can do whatever you want in this situation because you scored a critical hit. He's toast. Let us visualize it. Why don't you illustrate it? What your character does, things like that. But assuming you've tried all that and that hasn't worked, what I replied on that Reddit post was, for the next session, don't use any dice at all during combat. Maybe don't even use any dice for the whole session. Like, if you can, go diceless the entire session. If that's a bridge too far, just go diceless during combat situations. So there's no dice being rolled. Instead, the player has to describe their actions, describe what they're doing and how they're doing it, maybe what they're doing it with, and that alone, well, not alone, but that in addition to all the relevant factors that go into, uh, if, it's going to be different if the wizard goes charging up to the orc with a sword. That's going to play differently than the warrior or fighter or whatever charging up to that same orc with the sword. So that makes a difference too. But the player's description and the amount of creativity and passion, enthusiasm, and just accuracy in describing things all go into how the game master adjudicates what happens. And I think after that session, things will be different. The player's eyes will be opened. The game master will also get a better sense of what his players are capable of and what he wants to see out of combat and battle situations. And I think that'd just be a nice, not only change of pace, but an experiment and something that maybe awakens that deadened quality that a lot of games and tables and game masters and players maybe used to have, but no longer do just because of, whatever reason. Anyway, I thought that was a pretty good recipe. And I think that's good enough advice, not only for Reddit, but also for YouTube. So I thought I would put it out there and have you guys, think about it, wrestle with it, try it out. If your table currently is lacking in descriptions, especially during combat, I think that would go a long way towards fixing the problem, and everybody doing better. Because when we're stuck in a rut, it's really hard to get out. And yeah, I just think just using description only and going diceless, just maybe for a session. If you love it, keep going. If you try diceless and it works incredibly well for you, try it again. You can always go back. You can always go back and use the dice. But if you try it out, description only, and you love it, then yeah, keep going with it. I think that's all I got to say about that. So thanks. Like, subscribe, comment, help the channel, share the video, please. And also link in the description below for VengerCon. The 21st to the 23rd of July this summer, Madison, Wisconsin. The gong is going to be there. It's still, I can still hear a tiny bit of it resonate, even 8 minutes into this video, which is funny. But yeah, I would love to see you at VengerCon. Love to have you play at my table or one of the other tables of game masters running their game. There's lots to choose from. We almost have too many game masters for the size of the convention. So one of the things I think is really cool about VengerCon and smaller cons that can do this is there's going to be a maximum of 2 tables, 2 games going at once per room. And the table size is going to be smaller. So instead of typically, especially if you get to like the bigger halls at conventions where you get 6, 8, possibly 10 or 12 players per table. I've run games like that at conventions. I've been in games like that at conventions. VengerCon is more, intimate and cozy, and obviously smaller. So it's more like 3, 4, 5 players per table, and then you're not going to have this constant noise and distraction and everything else with, being surrounded by other tables and other games going on. You have to shout and yell to be heard, and you constantly be like, what? And sometimes you lose your voice. It is really distracting. So that's another cool thing. And some rooms would probably only have one game going at a time. So for those rooms, you can use other things. You can use, music, or special sound effects. I'm gonna bring my gong. I'm gonna have that in my Chult games. Here's my drum for little, unsettling tribal drumming in the cannibal lands or wherever, the dungeon maybe. Yeah, you get cool things like that, and cool lighting situations. For my Chult games, I'm gonna have either the lights dim or off, and I'm gonna have like alternative lighting. Like for Crimzom's Irixom, I'm gonna have some magenta light going on. And probably like those, these glow stick lantern things that I made last year. I don't know, really cool stuff. Things that you don't get to do normally at a regular gaming convention. So, yeah, hopefully this video is pleasing to you. And like I said, like, subscribe, comment, share the video, and hope you have a great weekend. If you haven't downloaded your free Chult adventure, The Violet Haunted Crypt, please do that. I will also put a link in the description below where you can get that free adventure from. It's 30 pages. It's fully illustrated with using my Midjourney skills, AI art. I know some people have a problem with that, but at least check it out and see what I could do with it. See what a very small RPG publisher is capable of doing, all by himself. Obviously, I have a layout person that helps me with the layout, but the art turned out fantastically, and there's a decent amount of it. I couldn't put out a free adventure like this with the quality and the amount of art and the quality of art if I wasn't using Midjourney AI. If I was paying for all the art, there'd be significantly less of it. Some of the quality might not be as good. So I really think that this is a game changer and something really cool. I kind of wish I had this years ago, but we got it now. For how long, I don't know. But yes, I'll put the link in the description below for that too, as well as VengerCon. Check out The Violet Haunted Crypt. You can't find it on DriveThruRPG. You can only find it at 2 or 3 places. And there'll be links to that in the link that I'll give you. So either the Red Room or Big Geek Emporium. There's also Giant Slayer Games, but I don't think their web store is up yet. But when it is, that PDF is all set to go. And the PDF, the adventure is great. It's an awesome dungeon crawl. The dungeon itself looks fantastic. The artwork, the layout. Obviously, I wrote the text, so I think that's awesome too. But you be the judge. And I want to see a review or some kind of feedback at some point. Maybe a session report. Run the game, the session, and let me know. You don't have to use it with Chult specifically, although that's clearly advisable because it's a Chult adventure. Okay. That's everything. Now I'm really going to shut this thing off. Okay, bye.